Hello everyone, and a Merry Christmas to everybody. I am about to make Icebox fruitcake. Now, in my family, there are two people that like Icebox fruitcake, and that's me and Gary. Nobody else cares for it. I've tried my best to get my children, as they were growing up, to learn to love it like we do, but no deal. And then they married into families. No deal. Icebox fruitcake, I guess in my total years of being on this earth, old enough to eat, I have had Icebox fruitcake every Christmas. Can't go without having one. So even though it'll be just me and Gary eating it, that's okay. We're gonna have Icebox fruitcake. All right, the recipe, and I will post it in the the descriptions box, so be looking for it. The recipe goes 1 box of graham crackers crushed. Now, I had to go all over the county yesterday looking for this, so it was a very valued commodity, it seems. You could buy a box of graham crackers and just hand crush yourself. You know, we've done that many, many times, but it is much, much easier, more simple to find the crushed graham crackers. So then we need a package of large marshmallows melted. Now, this recipe was written, it was my mother's, and this goes back quite a ways. And at that point in time, they didn't have marshmallow cream. But I have learned that marshmallow cream is wonderful instead of having to melt those marshmallows. Now, this is a 7-ounce jar. I'm not quite sure that this is enough, but it's all that Walmart was out. I went to Food Depot, and this was the only size they had. So we're gonna go with 7 ounces. I might try to cut back on some of the graham cracker crumbs and kind of balance it out like that. I don't think I'm gonna try to melt any more marshmallows. I've got some, but no, I'll leave those for the s'mores. Then a box of chopped dates. This is another item that can sometimes be hard to find. I actually had these left from last year, so and it's still good. The use by date's still good, so we're fine on that. A jar of maraschino cherries, well drained, so I've got those. And I'm gonna chop them up. I don't use the whole cherry. I do chop those up. 1 cup of flake coconut. 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. And that's your ingredients. Oh, now I left out one thing, the pecans. Let's see, it's 1.5 cups of pecans chopped, and Gary's already chopped them up for me. So we mix them all up with our hands, and that's why I have gloves on. And then we'll pat it into a pan, and I use a Christmas tin. Refrigerate it, and it's best to do this a couple of days in advance, at least 1 full day in advance of when you're going to serve it. It just seems to taste better, and I think it's because the crumbs absorb some of the moisture, and they're not as crunchy as they would be if you were to make it and then immediately serve it. But you could do that, but again, it just tastes better if it's at least a day to 2 days in advance. So let's begin with the graham cracker crumbs. And like I said earlier, I'm going to adjust the amount of crumbs. I'm not going to put the whole bag in just yet. And I'll put the, I don't know how much I put in there. I'm just kind of guessing at. I'm going to add the marshmallow cream, and I had already opened up. And I'm going to take and dip out all of the marshmallow cream. All right, I think that's pretty good. I'll add the dates. I like mine a little bit more finely chopped than that, but I'm going to go with it as it is. I am adding raisins. It's not actually in the recipe itself, but I love raisins. I want them to stick together. Up a coconut. So there's the coconut. There's the cup. There's a half, close enough. Okay, here's the cherries chopped. I do have a chopper. It's a Pampered Chef, I believe. Yeah, Pampered Chef. Pampered Chef. Gary used it to chop up the pecans, and I could have used it on the cherries. I just opted to do it the old-fashioned way. Sweetened condensed milk. Let's add this. Okay, there we go. All of the ingredients. And so now the fun begins with mixing it all together. So we take just about pull your gloves off. I think I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of the crumbs. It's a workout. I think I got it pretty well mixed. It is a workout, but I think I've got it blended in good. And so now I'm going to form it into balls, roll it in some of the flake coconut, and then I'll save some to put into the tin in cake form. All right, let's start with making some Icebox fruitcake coconut balls. First thing is I put some coconut in a bowl. And then, of course, you know, I have to sample to make sure that it tastes good, so I mean, it's heaven. Now, don't be afraid when you sample yours, if it's a little bit grainy. Once it sits for a while in the refrigerator, you're looking at it kind of all melting, blending in together, and it'll be delicious. It is so good. All right, now, I take a spoon. Roll it into a ball. Roll it around in the coconut. It's got coconut in it, but then Gary loves these rolled in coconut, so I'll do that. And then I'm putting them in a little tin. Roll in the coconut. And that's it. Make as many as you want. There's the coconut balls. I keep calling them coconut balls. They're not coconut balls. They're Icebox fruitcake balls rolled in coconut. Like I said earlier, this is what Gary loves. There's coconut in the Icebox fruitcake, so I think that's one thing that turns my family off. They don't really like coconut, so you could leave it out if that's the one ingredient that you don't like or family members don't like. Leave it out. You know, don't worry about putting it in there. Just roll the balls up as they are. We love it though. I did line the tin with press and seal. And so now I'm ready to put the remainder in the Christmas tin, and I have lined it with press and seal as well. So here we go. I just took my palm and I pressed it out all around from the middle to the sides. Took the spoon and kind of pressed it into the sides. I don't know, maybe I should have held off on adding that last bit of the graham cracker crumbs, or maybe not all of it. You know, I told you earlier that 7-ounce jar is not what I usually buy for this. That's all they had. I usually buy the bigger size, and I don't know how much is in it, but it was bigger than 7 ounces. But sometimes, you know, when I've made it in the past using that size jar, I wondered if maybe it was a little bit too much cream, being that the cake itself would take on a very, very light colored tan, and it just made me think it was too much of the marshmallow cream. This recipe said, what was it, a bag? 1 package of large marshmallows melted. So I don't know what 1 package of large marshmallows melted is equivalent to in the marshmallow cream. That's too much to have to figure out, you know. I'll just take this and be happy with it. First of the Christmas goodies, check it off, it's done, it's completed. I just put the lid on it, put it in the refrigerator. Today is Wednesday, December the 21st. So Gary and I he'll probably go ahead and eat some of the Christmas, some of the balls in just a few minutes. But we'll be ready to cut this and eat this for sure Saturday, if not maybe even before. Let me show you what I got it in. This is the 1996 Keebler Holiday Cookie Tin. My husband used to work with Keebler, and this 1996 vintage piece here. All right, now we're gonna make a pineapple cheese ball. And this is the recipe that I'm using. This is the recipe that was written by my mom. And my daughter asked me, she says, Mom, why don't you get a real recipe box or get the cute little recipe cards? I don't need to. I've got the recipe right here. It's in my mom's handwriting. That's good enough for me. So we need 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese, 1 8.5-ounce can of crushed pineapple that's been drained. I knew that we needed pineapple, crushed pineapple, but I had forgotten the size can that we needed, and I picked up the large size can, so I'll just have to dip out the amount I need. 1/4 cup of finely chopped, let me back up a little bit. 1/4 cup of finely chopped green pepper. Nobody in our family likes bell peppers. We don't like the taste of it, so I leave it out. So here we go with the onion. 2 tablespoons of chopped onion. A tablespoon of seasoning salt. A cup of chopped pecans. So we've already got those. And I'll put the recipe in the descriptions box, so be sure that you check it out there. So we're gonna combine the cream cheese, pineapple, if you choose to put pepper, the onion and the salt, mix it up well, and then we're gonna chill in the refrigerator. We're gonna chill in the refrigerator. We're gonna put it in the refrigerator, kind of shape it as much as we can into a ball and chill it for several minutes. Take it out, form it into a little bit better shape, ball shape, and then roll it in the pecan. I serve it with the flips, I think it's called, townhouse crackers. It's pretzel tasting on one side and the original townhouse taste on the opposite side. You can serve it with any kind of cracker you want, but it is really good. All right, let's see how much we got right here. 2 tablespoons. All right, that's 1. Second one, 1 cream cheese. Get it in there. There we go. Gary just came in. Wait before you put it in there. Come show them how much you... It just came in from chopping some more of the walnuts. How many walnuts is that?
4.
That was out of 4 walnuts?
4 or 5, yeah. They ready to crack.
You think? Okay, I've got it shaped into a bit of a ball. Let me cover it up, put it in the fridge. Just gonna put some tin foil over it. That's it. Now I got a mess to clean up. Got to get that onion under wrap because it is pungent. Join me in just a bit with rolling in the pecans. Okay. Here is the pineapple cream cheese ball after it has been in the refrigerator for probably a total of at least an hour. I went ahead and got supper going, and I've got it in the convection oven and the fan's running, so pardon the extra noise. I've already gone ahead and measured out a cup of the chopped pecans. And now let's take the cream cheese ball, roll it in the pecan, and then I'm gonna put it on this plate. When it comes Christmas night and we're ready to serve this, I've got a Christmas platter that I'll put it on, and then I'll put the crackers around. But for now, for it to set up a little bit more, it's just gonna be on this little platter. So let's take the mixture. Roll it around in the pecans, pressing it in. Isn't that yummy, scrumptious looking? As I said earlier, I serve it with Flippets. Flippets, I think it's called. It's the townhouse cracker that has the pretzel flavor on one side, and on the other side, the opposite side, it's the original townhouse flavor. So there we go. One more thing, I was talking earlier about my recipe, and I didn't see the need to do a recipe box or the recipe card. This is my recipe box. It's a paper sack. It's not even a lunch box paper sack. It's just a bag that there's no telling how. It says long. I have had this since I've been married, and in 3 months we will have been married 50 years. So this is really antique. This is my recipe box, and this is good enough for me. I love it. I don't want anything fancy. I don't want anything else. I've got recipes in here that, I use more than any other, and a good many of them are in my mother's handwriting. Some of them are things that I've copied down from what she has told me on how to prepare certain dishes. I have a few things of Gary's mom, recipes that she had written and given to me, and it's just on regular sheets of paper, or it might be on an index card, but it's nothing fancy. But, this is a treasure to me. This is a memory that, I'll hang on to. Y'all keep your little fancy recipe boxes and fancy recipe cards. I got what I need right here. Alright, the next thing we're going to do, I'm probably going to do it tomorrow, is I'm going to try a pound cake. I've made one before, but it was probably 20 years ago. I think everybody likes pound cakes, so I'm going to try a pound cake. And then I had seen on Facebook where they had taken these wafer cookies and just dipped them like in white chocolate, and then sprinkled it with little sprinkles or finely chopped nuts. I want to try that. And then sugared nuts. I could keep on and on going. Now, whether I actually do wind up doing every one of them, we'll see. But I do have a recipe for sugared nuts that Gary and I especially like. It's sugared pecans is what it is. White chocolate covered pretzels. That almond bark. I think I'm gonna wait and do that tomorrow. It's 5:30 now, so supper will be done in about 13 minutes and 48 seconds. So I'm gonna wait until tomorrow and do that. And I may not do them all. We'll just see. We'll just see how it rolls. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you for watching. I'm an RV wife. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Don't forget the notifications bell. Tell your friends about my channel. Maybe even share some of the videos. I thank you again for watching. My name is Elaine, and I'm an RV wife. Gary and I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy birthday, Jesus. And we pray for peace in our country and in our world